Welcome to this brief introduction to the Shewhart cycle and its relevance to projects and programs. Walter Shewhart was an American engineer and physicist credited with creating the PDCA, or Plan, Do, Check, Act cycle. In the 1920s, he started with the three-step process of specification, production, and inspection. By 1939, he had represented this as a circle to indicate its iterative nature. In 1950, with the involvement of W. Edwards Deming and the Japanese Union of Scientists and Engineers, this was popularized as the familiar PDCA cycle. The cycle is very simple and reflects what people naturally do in any endeavor. Firstly, we think about what we want to achieve and how to achieve it. Then we do some work and, at a suitable point, check to see if it is meeting our objectives. Finally, we act upon the results. This might be carrying on to the next package of work, correcting some mistakes, or putting what we have created into use. By its very nature, the cycle is iterative and is repeated multiple times until the desired result is achieved. It is relevant in nearly all phases of the project and program lifecycle, although its precise application will depend upon the level of agility being applied. In environments where the scope of a project or program can largely be defined early on, the cycle is used in the identification and definition phases to iteratively develop a specification of the work to be done. It is then used in the delivery phase to develop components of the project or program outputs. In more uncertain environments, the scope of work has to be discovered, rather than defined, as part of a more agile approach to development. In this case, less scope is defined in the identification and definition phases, and more is discovered in the delivery phase. The greater the uncertainty, the smaller the cycles, and the greater the shift from scope definition to scope discovery. The cycle will then be used again to implement the change necessary to convert outputs into outcomes and outcomes into benefits. This has been a very brief overview of the Shewhart cycle. For more information, follow the QR code on screen or the link in the post.